Hello, beautiful soul. It took me a decade to fully understand what I'm about to share with you, and I'm going to hand it to you in the next half hour. Life doesn't wait around. The sun climbs, the world turns, and whether you feel prepared or not, time keeps moving like a river that refuses to stand still. Every morning your eyes open is proof that you're still here, still in the game, but it's also a quiet warning. If you don't rise and move, the world will keep going without you. Think about it. People who once filled our lives have walked away. Jobs we assumed were permanent disappeared overnight. Moments we thought would last forever are now just memories. The world doesn't pause for your exhaustion. It doesn't slow down for your heartbreak. And it certainly won't stop because you feel lazy today. This is exactly why mornings carry so much weight. Every single one is a fresh vote for who you're going to be. Will you repeat yesterday's patterns, or will you rise a little sharper, a little more resolved? Here's a truth that stings before it sets you free. Nobody is coming. Most people are too wrapped up in their own battles to carry yours. That isn't a reason to despair. It's a reason to stand taller. Because if no one is riding in to rescue you, the power to change your life belongs entirely to you. That's what makes mornings so beautiful. They remind you that your story is still yours to write. Regret has a way of greeting people the moment they wake. Regret over time lost, dreams abandoned, chances missed. But regret only has value if you convert it into fuel. Stop treating your past like a cell you're locked inside. Treat it like a classroom. Every misstep is a lesson etched into your memory, and every failure is a nudge toward becoming wiser. Morning is your daily opportunity to take those lessons and declare, I won't repeat what once broke me. I will build something sturdier. But here's the warning worth sitting with. If you don't get up and construct your own life, someone else will happily pay you to build theirs. That's simply how it works. Drift long enough. Stay unfocused long enough. Keep waiting for the right moment long enough, and it will never arrive. You'll spend your best years laboring for someone else's vision, while your own quietly withers. Morning hands you a choice. Become the architect of your own future, or remain a laborer in someone else's blueprint. And along this path, silence is your greatest ally. Work quietly, guard your dreams, celebrate your wins away from the crowd. People don't always mean harm, but doubt, envy, and negativity spread easily when you share too much too soon. The moment you expose an unfinished dream, you invite the storm of other people's opinions into it. The Stoics understood this. They taught indifference to outside judgment, and that wisdom hasn't aged a day. Build in the quiet. Protect your energy. Let your results announce themselves when they're ready. And one final thought before we begin: not all advice deserves your attention. The world is crowded with voices telling you how to live, what to do, which direction to take. But if the person handing you advice isn't living a life you actually admire, why would you hand them your ear? Choose your teachers deliberately. Filter out the noise. Follow only the people whose results match what you're chasing. This is the foundation of everything you're about to hear. These aren't just words strung together. They're principles that will reshape how you approach your mornings, your setbacks, and everything still ahead of you. It took years of trial, error, and quiet reflection to arrive at them. My hope is to hand you that time back. So let's walk through these truths together, and by the time we're done, you'll be equipped to greet every sunrise with unshakable clarity. Say it with me. I rise stronger with every morning. Life has no patience for you. It does not pause. It does not wait its turn. And it never knocks a second time. The biggest lie many of us are living under is the comfortable belief that time is unlimited. I'll get to it tomorrow, next week, next year, someday. But someday is a dangerous word because more often than not, it quietly means never. If you're carrying a dream, a goal, a change you already know you need to make, life isn't going to hold still until you feel comfortable, prepared, or fearless. It moves whether you come along or not. The instant you open your eyes each morning, you're stepping into a world that's already running. Someone out there is already chasing the idea you keep putting off. Someone is already training while you're scrolling. Someone is already constructing the life you only allow yourself to daydream about. The world simply isn't slowing down to accommodate your hesitation. Marcus Aurelius put it plainly, don't live as though you have 10,000 years ahead of you. Death is always hovering somewhere near. So while life is still yours to command, use it well. His point still lands. Time is the one resource none of us can stockpile. You don't own tomorrow. You don't even own the next 60 minutes. All you actually have is this breath, this instant, this morning. And what you choose to do with it outweighs almost everything else. Count how many chances have already slipped through your fingers because of procrastination. Count the number of times you told yourself, next week, only to find yourself standing in the exact same spot months later. That's the trap of believing life will pause for you. It won't. And the deepest regret isn't failure. It's looking back one day and realizing you never even attempted it. The world keeps turning with or without your participation. Nature has no patience for excuses. Seasons shift. The sun rises and sets on schedule. People arrive, people depart, and time marches forward regardless. You can move with that current, taking deliberate action each day, or you can resist it and let it drag you along anyway. Either way, life moves. So what does this mean for the way you open your mornings? It means how you start the day sets the tone for everything that follows. Start with intention, and you fall into step with life's rhythm. Start with laziness, distraction, and delay, and you fall behind it. Morning isn't merely a slot on the clock. It's the arena where you decide whether you're a participant in your own life or simply a spectator of it. Ask yourself honestly, if today were your last real shot at progress, would you waste it? If your future self were begging you not to squander today, would you still reach for the snooze button? Every person you admire for their success shares one trait. They understood the preciousness of time and refused to wait for the world to slow down for them. They moved with urgency. They took action. They stumbled. And then they got back up. What separates them from everyone else isn't talent, it's urgency. So here's the practice. Commit to never letting a morning pass by unused. When you wake, don't simply exist through the hours. Decide. Decide how you'll move, how you'll act, how you'll inch forward. Even the smallest steps count. A single page written, one completed workout, a plan sketched out. Life has a way of rewarding people who treat time with respect. Carry this with you. I will not wait on life. I will rise to meet it. Live by that. And the fear of being left behind starts to fade because you'll already be in motion every single day. So here's your challenge for tomorrow. When you wake, resist the urge to reach for your phone. No scrolling, no stalling. Sit up. Take one deliberate breath and remind yourself, life waits for nobody. Today, I move. If that lands with you, say it out loud right now. I will not wait for life. I will rise with it. Here's a truth most people avoid until circumstances force it on them. If something happened to you tomorrow, the world would keep spinning. Difficult to hear, but accurate. Your role at work would be filled. Your responsibilities would be redistributed. Even the people who love you most would, eventually, adjust to a life that continues without you. Life doesn't halt when you fall. It simply keeps moving forward. That's precisely why taking care of yourself has to come first. You can't pour from a cup that's already empty. You cannot chase a dream, support the people you love, or reach your potential if your body and mind are running on fumes. And yet so many of us behave as though we're invincible, cutting sleep short, dismissing our health, ignoring our own peace of mind. We convince ourselves that sacrifice means running ourselves into the ground for others. It doesn't. That's not sacrifice. That's a slow unraveling. The Stoics saw this clearly. Epictetus described the need to guard your mind and body the way you'd guard a fortress. Let the fortress crumble, and everything sheltered inside it is suddenly exposed. The same applies to you. If you collapse, your goals, your ambitions, and the people who depend on you all feel the impact. So your first job every single morning is you. Ask yourself, what's the purpose of grinding endlessly for wealth if you're too depleted to enjoy it? What's the point of chasing a dream if your body gives out before you ever reach it? Real discipline isn't only about pushing hard, it's about working smart. And working smart begins with self-care. In practice, this means treating your body like the vehicle carrying you toward your future. Feed it well instead of poorly. Move it instead of neglecting it. Rest it with real sleep instead of another hour of scrolling. And clear your mind with quiet instead of constant noise. These habits look small on their own, but stacked together, they form the base that greatness is built on. Think of your morning as the launch pad for your entire day. Started in chaos, rushing around, skipping meals, drowning in stress, and you're setting yourself up for more of the same. Start it with order, hydration, movement, a few calm minutes of reflection, and you walk into the world ready for whatever it throws at you. A lot of people avoid self-care because it feels selfish. Let's flip that. Neglecting yourself is the truly selfish choice, because when you eventually break down, the people who rely on you suffer for it too. Your family, your friends, your purpose. They all need you at full strength. Caring for yourself isn't self-indulgence. It's one of the most responsible commitments you can make. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself constantly that we hold power over our own minds, not over outside events, and recognizing that is where real strength begins. That means protecting your mental space deserves the same attention as protecting your body. Each morning, check in with your thoughts. Are you loading your mind with negativity before the day has even started? Or are you filling it with clarity and purpose? Picture two people waking at the same hour. One rolls over, reaches for their phone, and lets envy and distraction set the tone. The other drinks water, stretches, breathes with intention, and sets a clear focus for the day. Who do you think handles the inevitable storms better? That's the quiet power of a morning built around self-care. It hands you a shield before the first battle even begins. So make this your commitment. Stop waiting for a crisis to force you into caring for yourself. Don't wait for burnout, illness, or heartbreak to remind you how fragile you actually are. Build the habits now that will protect you for years down the line. Every morning, ask, what can I do today to strengthen myself? And then follow through. Because here's the truth. Life waits for nobody. But when you take care of yourself, you're able to move with its current instead of being swept under by it. Say this with me. I will care for myself first because my dream depends on it. Regret is one of the heaviest weights a person can carry. It trails behind you, slowing every step forward, while whispering that you should have done better, that time was squandered, that it's already too late. Here's the truth, though. Regret is nothing but wasted weight unless you turn it into momentum. How many mornings have you woken up replaying old mistakes? The job you turned down, the relationship you damaged, the opportunity that slipped away? That's the snare of regret. It tricks you into believing the past is still alive when, in reality, it's already gone. You can't return to it. You can't rewrite it. All you can do is extract what it taught you. The Stoics were unambiguous on this point. Epictetus observed that we suffer far more often in our imagination than in reality, and regret is exactly that kind of suffering. Manufacturing pain out of something that no longer exists. The past is a closed chapter. Its only remaining power is whatever lesson you're willing to pull from it. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what did this teach me? That single shift changes everything. Every failure becomes instruction. Every heartbreak becomes wisdom. Every wasted year becomes the teacher that stops you from wasting the next one. But here's the real danger. Regret doesn't only weigh you down. It blinds you to what's right in front of you. You become so fixated on what you've lost that you miss what's actually happening now. It's like driving while staring only into the rearview mirror. A crash is inevitable. That's regret's real damage. It keeps your eyes locked on what's behind you, while your future quietly passes you by. So how do you loosen its grip? First, accept that the past can't be altered. Forgive yourself for simply being human. Nobody makes flawless choices. Nobody dodges every mistake. What actually matters is whether you repeat them or rise above them. Second, take action today. The strongest antidote to regret is forward motion. If you regret years without exercise, move your body today. If you regret not starting that business sooner, take one small step now. Regret loses its hold the moment you prove to yourself that tomorrow can outperform yesterday. And third, remember, you are not the same person who made those earlier mistakes. Every sunrise renews you. The fact that you feel regret at all is proof you've grown. Don't punish who you are now for the choices of who you used to be. Instead, honor that growth by continuing forward with the wisdom you've earned. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the obstacle in the path becomes the path itself. Your regrets, your failures. They aren't roadblocks. They're the very trail you're meant to walk. Use them. Let them carve you into someone unshakable. Tomorrow, when regret tries to pull you back into yesterday, meet it with action instead. Say, "Thank you for the lesson, but I'm walking forward." Write this down and carry it with you. I am not defined by my past. I learn, I grow, I keep moving. Every morning you wake up, you're handed a quiet choice. Will you invest in your own dream today, or will you spend the day fueling someone else's? This is a hard truth to accept, because most people spend entire lifetimes building another person's vision, while their own remains buried and untouched. Look around. The company you clock into, the building you sit inside, the app open on your phone, even the cup of coffee in your hand. Every one of these was once nothing more than someone's idea. The only reason they exist now is because that person chose to build instead of delay. They refused to burn their mornings. They refused to ignore what was calling them. They acted with urgency, while countless others stayed comfortably asleep. And here's the reality. If you don't wake up with a sense of purpose, someone else will gladly hand you theirs to carry out. If you don't pursue your own vision, you'll spend your life chasing deadlines set by someone who did. That doesn't mean working for someone else is inherently wrong. Sometimes it's necessary. Sometimes it builds discipline. Sometimes it provides stability you genuinely need. But if that's where it ends, if you abandon your own dream entirely just to serve someone else's, then something essential in you gets lost. The Stoics believed every person carries a responsibility to live in accordance with their own nature, to put their gifts, skills, and energy towards something meaningful. Marcus Aurelius reflected that a person's worth is measured by the worth of what they aim for. So ask yourself honestly, what are you actually aiming for? Is it truly yours? Or is it simply what circumstance handed you? Building your dream doesn't require quitting your job tomorrow or recklessly abandoning stability. It means carving out time, even a sliver of it, for whatever genuinely lights you up. Write a few pages before work starts. Start that side project in the evenings. Learn the skill you keep putting off. The speed doesn't matter nearly as much as the fact that you're actually moving. Every morning you delay. Your dream collects dust while someone else's keeps compounding. Think of your mornings as borrowed time, a quiet window before the world's demands come rushing in, when you can plant seeds for the future you actually want. Most people burn that window on distraction, but the people who eventually build something real use it to create. That's the real reason morning routines carry so much weight. They let you prioritize your dream before the noise of the day swallows it whole. And let's not pretend this is easy. Building your own vision will bring doubt, fear, exhaustion, and setbacks. But consider what's actually harder. Spending 40 years constructing someone else's legacy, only to realize near the end that you never even attempted your own. That's a heavier weight than any failure. So ask yourself each morning, whose dream am I building today? And if the honest answer isn't yours, find a way, no matter how modest, to invest in yourself instead. 20 minutes, one page, one small step. But take it, because if you don't, no one else will. Say this with me. I choose to build my own dream one morning at a time. In a world addicted to noise, silence has become genuine power. Everywhere you turn, people are broadcasting their plans, their goals, their next big move, announcing what they intend to do before they've taken a single real step. But here's the risk. The moment you share too much too soon, you open the door to doubt, envy, and quiet sabotage. That's why one of the most valuable lessons I've learned is simple. Work in silence and let your victories stay private until they're ready. Keeping your dreams quiet protects them. Think of them the way you'd think of a seed underground. Dig it up constantly to show people, and it never has the chance to root. Water it patiently, privately, and it grows into something that can't easily be knocked down. Not everyone wants to see you succeed. Sometimes even the people closest to you carry envy they're not even fully aware of, not out of cruelty, but because your progress holds up a mirror to their own stagnation. Announce every move you make, and you hand them the opening to plant doubt in your soil. Are you sure that's a good idea? That sounds risky. What if it doesn't work? Those small seeds of doubt can erode your confidence before you've even really started. The Stoics cautioned against living for other people's approval. Epictetus taught that the more you chase validation, the less free you actually become. Silence hands that freedom back. It lets you work without carrying the weight of other people's expectations, keeping your attention on progress instead of applause. Consider some of history's most accomplished people. They didn't announce their every move to the world each morning. They built quietly, one deliberate step at a time, until their results spoke louder than any announcement could have. Real achievement doesn't need a trumpet. It introduces itself through outcomes. Keeping your celebrations private matters just as much. Why? Because flaunting a win invites envy and unwanted attention. Sometimes even people looking to take advantage of your momentum. And sometimes praise itself becomes the trap, tricking your brain into believing the work is already finished. Celebrate quietly instead. And you stay hungry. You keep building. You protect the energy you've worked hard to gather. This isn't a call to never share anything. It's a call to be deliberate about it. Share once the foundation is solid, once the results speak for themselves, once no outside doubt could possibly shake what you've built. Until then, guard your dreams like something worth protecting. So how do you practice this? The next time the urge to announce your plans hits, pause. Ask yourself, does sharing this actually serve my growth, or is it just feeding my ego? If it's the latter, stay quiet. Let your progress do the talking when the time is right. Tomorrow morning, remind yourself, my silence is my shield, my work is my voice, and when the moment is right, my results will speak for themselves. Say it with me. I will protect my dreams in silence and let my results make the noise. The world never stops talking. Everyone seems to have an opinion about how you should live, what you should do, where you should go. Family, friends, co-workers, strangers behind a screen. But here's a realization that reshaped how I move through the world. If the person offering you advice isn't living a life you actually want, why hand them the power to shape yours? We give far too much weight to opinions that haven't earned it. You share a dream with a friend and they laugh it off. You mention a plan to a coworker and they tell you it'll never work. You open up to family and they project their own fears onto your path. And slowly, without even noticing, you start shrinking your dream to fit inside someone else's limited view of what's possible. The Stoics warned against exactly this. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the opinion of 10,000 people holds no weight if none of them actually understand the subject. His point was simple. Not every voice deserves a seat at the table. Wisdom isn't measured by volume. Confidence and conviction don't automatically make someone right. Ask yourself, would you take financial guidance from someone buried in debt? Would you take health advice from someone who neglects their own body? Would you take relationship guidance from someone who treats people poorly? So why do we keep letting voices like that steer our decisions? The truth is, you have to filter who gets access to your mind. Not everyone has earned that privilege. Surround yourself with people who already embody the outcomes you're chasing. Want discipline? Learn from people who live it. Want to build something real? Study people who've actually done it. Want peace? Follow those who radiate it. Muting the wrong voices matters just as much as amplifying the right ones. Sometimes that means setting a boundary. Sometimes it means stepping back entirely. It doesn't mean you stop caring about people. It means you stop letting them dictate your choices. And here's the core of it. The loudest voice in your life should always be your own. Every morning, ask yourself honestly, what do I actually want? What genuinely feels right for me? Listen closely. Trust what you hear. Because in the end, you're the one who lives with the outcome of your decisions, not them. So when you wake tomorrow and the noise of the world tries to pull you under, remember, most of it doesn't actually matter. Be deliberate about whose words you let inside. Say this with me. I will only listen to the voices that lead me toward the life I actually want. If mornings have taught me one thing above all else, it's this. Life has no interest in your excuses. It responds only to effort. You can explain away why you didn't wake up early, why the workout got skipped, why the dream got pushed aside again. But excuses don't produce results. Consistency does. Think about it practically. One workout won't transform your body, but showing up daily will. Writing a single page doesn't make a book, but writing one page every day eventually does. Saving money once won't build wealth, but saving something small, repeatedly, compounds into real security. Success was never about one dramatic leap. It's built from small, repeated steps. The Stoics lived by this kind of discipline. Seneca observed that our lives aren't actually short. We simply waste a great deal of the time we're given. Every wasted morning adds up. Every excuse compounds quietly, but so does every act of discipline. The small choices you repeat daily end up shaping the entire arc of your life. Consistency is powerful precisely because it compounds silently. The results often don't show up right away, and that's exactly where most people give up. They want instant proof, instant success. But mornings were never designed for instant results. They're for planting seeds. Water them, day after day, and eventually the harvest arrives. Excuses work the opposite way. They erode you quietly. In the moment, they feel harmless. I'll get to it tomorrow. I'm too tired today. But one excuse becomes two becomes 10, and suddenly years have slipped by. Excuses have stolen more dreams than failure ever has. So what's the fix? Build a few non-negotiables into your mornings. Small commitments you keep no matter what. Maybe it's 5 minutes of journaling, maybe it's 10 push-ups, maybe it's a single page of reading. The size doesn't matter. What matters is that you show up for it consistently. That's how you train your mind to choose action over excuses. Picture life as a ledger. Every day, you're either depositing discipline or accumulating debt. Discipline builds you up. Debt drags you down. Which one are you adding this morning? And here's the quiet secret. Consistency builds self-trust. Every promise you keep to yourself is proof that you can rely on you. And once you trust yourself, very little can shake you. Tomorrow, when your mind reaches for an excuse, answer it with action instead. Even if it's small, even if it's imperfect. Choose consistency. Say this with me. I choose consistency over excuses. Every morning I move forward. You've just walked through truths that took years to fully understand. Life waits for nobody. If you don't take care of yourself, the world keeps moving without you regardless. Regret is wasted energy. Learn from it and rise. If you don't build your own dream, someone else will hire you to build theirs. Protect your vision with silence. Filter the voices you allow into your mind. And above everything, practice consistency. Every morning is another chance to decide. Will you let it slip by, or will you use it? Will you drift along on excuses or rise through discipline? The Stoics understood that time is the one resource none of us ever get back. Once today ends, it's gone for good. That's why mornings matter. That's why urgency matters. I can't make these choices for you. I can't walk the path in your place, but I can remind you, you are not powerless, and you are not stuck. Every sunrise is another chance. You don't have to keep carrying regret. You don't have to keep listening to the wrong voices. And you don't have to spend your life building someone else's vision. You can choose differently, starting today. So when you wake tomorrow, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for permission. Don't wait for life to slow down for you. Just rise, move, act, and as you do, carry this with you. I rise stronger every morning, and I will not waste the time life has given me. Life waits for nobody, neither should you.